Today we're creating a Day of the Dead landscape on black paper. First thing I want you to do in pencil is write your name on the back. I'm going to use crayon so that you can see what I'm doing in the video. We just learned that in a landscape that we want to look like we could walk into, we're going to start with a horizon line. My horizon line is pretty close to the top, leaving me lots of space at the bottom for the ground. I'm going to add that little point called the vanishing point. And from that vanishing point, I'm going to have two lines that go all the way down off the bottom of my paper. And this is going to look like a road or a path. We talked about things that are far away from us, close to that vanishing point, are small. And as they come down the paper and get closer to us, they get bigger and bigger. So big, maybe I have a part of, oh, I broke my crayon, of a gravestone that I just see part of because it's so close to me. You could add things in the distance on that horizon line, trees, mountains, a city. You could have things on the sides of the road or the path. So in Day of the Dead, we learned that they have celebrations with lots of food. So here's my table with a big cake. And maybe by that table, somebody brought a guitar that they're going to play music out of. Maybe I have some music signs. And we learned that they have marigold flowers. That was a celebration or part of their celebration. So you're going to fill this drawing with Day of the Dead symbols. What I'm going to do next is use the construction papers to add color. As a third grader, we want to think about nice coloring. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and on the sides of this road, we should see grass. So construction paper crayons are meant to be used to fill with color. Oftentimes, I see kids start to add color, and they are doing this kind of a thing with the construction paper crayons. That is not third grade coloring. We are coloring slowly, pushing hard to fill our space. I want to be able to see all the fun things I drew. So if you have things that are gray, you could lightly color with white or just push hard. So you can see I'm still filling the shape in really nice, but I'm just pushing lighter. Where here I pushed harder. That's up to you. If you add tombstones or gravestones, please don't write people's names on them. If you want to write something like rest in peace, R.I.P., you could. I'm going to get some yellow for those marigold flowers. And the marigolds were kind of a yellowish orange, so maybe I use a little bit of each. In the sky, you could have a moon, could be a full moon, could be a crescent moon. But again, everything I color is colored super dark. You might not finish coloring on day one, and that's okay. Somebody who has done a nice job coloring is going to be able to see all of the things they put in their project. I can see the line, the horizon line where the sky and the ground meet. I can see the shapes for the house and the windows and the door. I can see the details around the graveyard. There's even a little fence in the background. So on day one, we are coloring as best as we can. Right at the end of our class, Mrs. Cleary is going to stop us, and we have to add the skull of our skeleton. So our skull has to be up in the sky above the vanishing point. It's going to start with a circle, and that circle could probably fit about 3 or 4 quarters in it. At the bottom of the circle, I'm going to add a U shape that fits 1 quarter. It's important that it's about that size. If I look at the palm of my hand, that skull is about the size of the palm of my hand, up in the sky. It's even covering the vanishing point. That's okay. Our next step is to use that puffy paint that is made with glue and shaving cream. I'm giving it a little stir. I know it's a little bit fuzzy on the video, but it is very goopy. If we just rub back and forth, it's going to be too thin. We actually kind of have to dot the paint on to make it puffy looking. This has to be done today at the end of art so that next time it's dry for us to finish coloring and also to add the skeleton bones, and we're going to use Q-tips to do that. All right, I think that is a pretty nice puffy layer of paint. The last step on day one is to add some jewels for a face. I want you to think about just eyes, nose, mouth. There are some heart shapes in here, and if you use the heart shape upside down, it does make kind of a nice nose. It will just stick right in there because it has glue in it. We're going to use some sequins for the eyes, and then we definitely need a mouth. So you can decide if that's going to be 2 or 3 sequins. When you're done with this step, we are going to put them in the drying rack, and we are going to be done working for today.